Look, we are stuck inside the house. If I want to film on selfie mode and not be bothered to have good quality, then that is my fundamental right. Hey everyone, it is me, Angela, your friendly neighborhood hot mess. Still stuck in the house, and I hope you are too. If you have to go out and work, that's understandable. I'm sorry for you, and I hope you're staying well during this time. If you're watching this in the future and you don't know what I'm referring to the plague of 2020. So since I'm stuck at home and I don't know when the next time I'll be able to meet up with my friends to play D&D, quite honestly. That's actually quite sad. I play D&D at least twice a week. At least. Before all this started happening. So, I'm taking it fine. I'll be fine. I'm trying to convince them all to do Skype, but some of them aren't feeling well. So, we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. But, I figured I'll show you my dice collection, because that is something you all want. No one cares. This is my dice bag. Yes, it is a frozen pencil case. Okay, hear me out. When I first started playing D&D a couple of years ago, first of all, I wanted to play since I was in high school, but my parents would not allow it. I had a boyfriend at the time who wanted me to play, and I was all for it. However, my parents were not. Am I crooked? Is this a thing that is happening? Oh boy. Just messed my dog all up. I'm sorry. I apologize. He's tired of me being here too. He's ready for me to get up out the house. Anyways, okay, so I said I was sorry. If you don't know, D&D back in the day had a stigma around it, and it still slightly does. It's a very small stigma nowadays, but especially in the South and around religious families, of being demonic. So, that's why I couldn't play as a teen, and that's why she was like, you don't need to be playing that, as I was an adult. But eventually, she saw how much I loved it, and she's like, here, you can carry your dice in this. And I thought, it doesn't really close that well anymore. Granted, I could take most of my dice out of their little cases they came in, but I like keeping them all together. Maybe eventually I will, I don't know. But, I will try to tell you where I got all my dice from. Most of them I got from my local gaming store, but the brand you can order online, it's whatever. So yeah, some of this though were gifts to me, so like I don't know how to tell you how to get those, but fun story about my dice collection, because it has grown. It's not as dramatic as some people's, although let's be honest, if I had the money, if I had the disposable income, it would be. Because there's not a time that I walk past the glass case in the gaming store that I do not look at the dice and anything slightly sparkly I would buy if I had the money to. So, anyways, I was determined when I first started playing. I don't need more than one set of dice. I don't understand people who use more than one set of dice. It is unnecessary. It is a waste of money.
It's a waste of money.
We see how that turned out. But let me show you my dice, okay? So it actually took me a while to buy my very first set of dice because I wanted them to speak to me. I didn't want to just buy a random. There were plenty of dice, okay? There were plenty of dice in that case. There were plenty of dice at the bookstore. There were plenty of dice at the gaming store. But none of them were speaking to me, and so I went several sessions, I feel like, borrowing someone's dice, because I wasn't just going to buy some random dice that did not speak to me on an emotional level, that didn't catch my, that didn't whisper, buy me, roll net 20s with me. And then finally, I found the dice. Let me just hold up the 20 for you. I will try to get, oh no, I'm on selfie mode so it doesn't focus. I'll have to take separate shots of these. So my first set of dice right here. They were for my very first character ever, and like many characters after, because like I said, for a while I refused to buy more dice. Llewellyn. And Llewellyn is one of my still all-time favorite characters. I guess mostly because she was my first, but also because she was just a great character. She's the one that I started with, so I really grew as a player with her because I didn't really know how to play a role-playing game. I had never played one before. So I started off a very stereotypical rogue. She was a rogue. She was a very, I'm gonna just basically make her Robin Hood. She's gonna steal from the rich, and like it's gonna be like this inside thing no one else in the party knew for like a very long time. It was just like a secret between me and the DM. Like every time we would walk through the slums or a poor part of a town, I would just be like slipping my gold to all of these poor people on the streets. Everyone else in the party kept getting annoyed with me because I'd be like, I look for anything valuable here, and they'd be like, really? You're gonna do that now? And I'm like, yes, I like gold. I like shiny things, okay? But I was giving it away to the people in need. Llewellyn loved gold, but the real gold was her heart of gold. Eventually, Llewellyn ended up having a very sensual calendar. It happened by mistake, but she was like, my nudes got leaked, I'm gonna own it, I guess. So she ended up selling it and making a profit, so the people who leaked it couldn't make the profit. You know what I mean? She owned up to it. Don't leak nudes, people. It's not cool. And so Llewellyn had a very steady income coming in, so she was able to help a lot of people with her money. Eventually she ended up adopting a time-traveling wizard, and who got reverted in age to a child, by the way, because he was an adult and then he got turned into a child. That was her first child of Jace, Danny, who was a dragon that I was kidnapped and forced to hatch by a dragon cult because of my motherly instincts. And then, Lily. And then I have a stepchild, although those with Callow, who was one of my best friend's characters. Him and Llewellyn ended up becoming a thing, and so we all, like, share children. Anyways, I'm gonna do, like, a video on all of my D&D characters and, like, go in depth with it, because that was a 10-minute explanation of a character when this is a dice video. It's for a very long time before I actually bought another pair. But then I saw these, and I was like, oh my god, these are perfect for Clover. And Clover is from my Star Wars campaign. We do a Star Wars homebrew every once in a while, and these are beautiful because, oh, also, Llewellyn's dice were Chessex, so are these. These are beautiful because they're like a mint green, but under the light they shift and sparkle blue. The reason they made me think of Clover is because she has a special ability where she can understand and talk to plants, and she's very attuned with nature, and just the coloration of these just screamed Clover to me. So yeah, I had to buy them as soon as I saw them, and thus started my journey of needing dice for all of my characters for, like, main campaigns. Sometimes, though, like, I still use Clover's dice for other characters. Like, currently I'm using her for a character named Kit in one of my campaigns, and I use Llewellyn's dice for other characters and things like that. So, like, even though they're named after specific characters and they were bought for specific characters, they still can be used for other characters. But, next are probably my favorite dice. And therefore, probably one of my favorite characters that I've ever made. She was a barbarian, and I never out of all the classes, I never thought I was going to play a barbarian. But I thought it was going to be a one-shot. I thought this campaign was going to be a one-shot. And I was like, screw it. I'm going to be a barbarian. But I'm not going to be... Ooh, I'm going to... barbarian. I am so strong, I rage. I'm going to be a barbarian. I'm sweet. I'm cute. Blah, 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 blah. I'm bubbly. She was kind of based off of Laura Olympus's Persephone. If you've ever read that webtoon, she has pink hair. She has this ability where she can just make a flower appear. It does nothing for combat, but it's great for role-playing. And I used it a lot. But, so... She didn't have her own dice at first, but one day I saw sparkly pink dice in the gaming store and had to. You cannot tell me these were not meant to be Percy's dice. Oh, that's her name, by the way, Percy. Her full name is Persephone, but she goes by Percy. I love her so much. The sparkle in them, it's a very bluish or purple. They're just beautiful, and they scream Percy, everything about them, and they are definitely my favorite dice. These are also Chessex. I buy a lot of dice at the local gaming store, so that's why I have a lot of Chessex dice. My next set is actually my most recent purchase, so I'm going out of order here. But, the rest of them are not in bags, or boxes, so it's just easier this way. I love these dice. This was a spur-of-the-moment purchase. These had no reason to be purchased. I saw them for like a few weeks in the case, and I'm like, those are going to be sold out. They were still there. Those are going to be sold out. They were still there, which never happens. If you see something good in my local gaming store case, like, you better buy it the minute you see it, because dice are gonna be gone if you see anything good. So, like, finally, I went back for, like, the third or fourth time, and they were still there, and there was another set, too, that I was also, they had, like, beads inside of them, and I was also debating with them, and so I rolled a d20, and it was, like, even numbers is gonna be this set, odd numbers is gonna be that set, and it turned out to be this set, which I'm kind of happy for, because I was leaning towards these, even though the bead ones were so unique, for me anyways, because I had nothing like it, but these are more what I lean to. These are beautiful. I did end up finding a place for, like, a character for them. They're perfect for, and they're not showing up well right here, so I hope the close-up version does them justice. These are my Marigold dice. She is based on, like, a Southern belle, so she has a fan, and she's constantly going like this. And she's a spy / espionage. She was trained to infiltrate, like, rich people's homes to do makeup and hair and beauty things and get intel on things. She's very highly based on the book The Bells by Danielle Clayton. If you've ever read that series, just like the whole belle aspect and the makeup and everything. But yeah, they're like clear, but they're not like completely clear. They're like a very blue clear, if that makes sense. Words are not coming to me right now. And they have big specks of glitter. They're not like fine glitter. It's like big chunks of a glitter in there. And it's very rainbow glitter. It's got like greens and reds and blues and purples. It's very holographic. It's got like the rainbow in there, and I love it. And they're very fancy, and they're very pretty, and they're very marigold. And those were also Chessex. Those were all the dice that I purchased at my local gaming store. Hashtag support your local gaming store. This next set was a gift to me, and I'm pretty sure he ordered them online. I don't know what brand they are or where they came from, if they were like from an individual custom-made shop, if they were just ordered off of something like Wish. I have no idea, because they were a gift to me. that being said, I love these dice. They're very special to me. And they are my Hufflepuff dice. And they were a gift, Christmas gift to me from my fellow Hufflepuff, Adam. Very Hufflepuffly. Honestly, they look like Chessex dice. So, but that's not to say that they are. Like, I'm not going to tell you they are Chessex dice, because they could very well not be. I love them. They are my Hufflepuff dice. They make me very happy. Very happy. This next set does not have a specific character, and these were also a gift to me. I love this set specifically because of how gigantic this D20 is. Like, just like in comparison to my other more normal D20s, just look at the difference there. Look at them. These don't have a name. All of my dice have names. I never named these. I used them for a character named Victoria, but it was a very short-lived campaign. I loved that campaign. I wish we could have continued. But they're not called the Victoria dice. Because normally my dice are named after, like, the character, but I don't know why. I just don't feel that for these. These were a gift from my friend Java. I believe he bought them for himself, but they just didn't roll well or something like that. I forget what he said. But I love them. They're beautiful. It's like a gradient, clear gradient. So it goes from pink to completely clear to like a grayish black. And I love them. I don't roll with them as often as I would like because they're missing some. So what, it's missing a D4 and it's missing a D10. No, it's not. It's got the D10. So it's missing a D4 and a D12. So, I mean, that's not completely the end of the world. I can just pull a set from the other set, but I'm one of those people who doesn't like to mix my sets, except for one of my characters who is completely chaotic and just goes at the seat of her pants. So I pull out a few different sets of dice and I just roll whatever I'm feeling in that moment. If it's not that character, though, I do not like to mix sets of dice. I am that person. I am that. My best friend just pulls out all of his dice and just rolls willy-nilly for every single character, and it stresses me out. Andrew, if you're watching this, it stresses me out. I don't understand how people do that. That's just a me thing, though. This next set is actually not mine. It's Larry's. But I do really like them. The numbers are like a very shiny silver. And they're like a gold and silver on the outside. They're super cool. They're for his gunslinger character, Callahan. So it's like gunmetal gray and silvers. It just worked out really well. They're super cool. These are Chessex. Oh, and that set from before, I don't know where they are from because they were given to me. This next set I ordered online from Wish because they were not meant to be mine. They were meant to be my nephew's for when I play D&D with the children. They have yet to be used. They are just this basic blue set with white numbers. I generally hate the D4s that have the, oh, you can't see it that close, have the number on the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. I prefer the, do I have one over here? Yes, I prefer the D4s that have the point, the number and the point. That's just a personal preference. It honestly doesn't matter when it comes to me buying dice. I will not buy a set that I love just because of the D4, but that's me. But yeah, these were bought for my nephew for when we play D&D together. They're just like a really pretty blue. And then this is the exact same set, but in red, and this was meant for my other nephew for when we play. The reason I bought my nephew's cheap sets that I just got from, did I order these from Wish? I may have ordered them from Wish. The reason being is because I got my niece a really nice set for her birthday one year because my niece is super into wanting to get into D&D, whereas the boys, not so much. But she needs people to play with, so I bought a really cheap, I didn't want to invest a lot of money into something they don't care about or they may end up hating, But if they end up loving it, then I'll totally buy them a super cool set of dice. My niece now has 2 sets of dice. She's got the one I bought her for her birthday, which I will try to find footage of, which are still to this day one of my favorite dice sets I ever bought. I believe it was from an Etsy store called Cozy Gamer. If I'm wrong, I'll put it on the screen what it actually is. And then she just recently, from the gaming store, got a set of purple dice because she has a little tiefling whose color scheme, she said, is purple. So she needed purple dice, and I'm like, ooh, she's getting this from me. It's dangerous. She's starting young. But, yeah, that's it. That's my dice collection. I love D&D so much. It's my favorite hobby. Like, I play a lot of video games, and I read sometimes. I used to read a ton. I watch a lot of TV. I'll watch a lot of movies, but D&D, hands down, is my favorite thing to do. I think it's meeting up with my best friends and just role-playing and having a ton of fun and collecting shiny, pretty things. It's just a lot of fun to me, and I love the people I've met through D&D, so I'm forever thankful for D&D. Like, even if for some horrible reason, which better not ever happen, people, I know you watch my videos, Adam. I know you watch my videos, Marissa. I know you sometimes watch my videos, Andrew. Like, we better never stop playing. But if for some crazy reason we have to, no, I'll be crushed. But I'll forever be thankful for doing it. I'll have a lot of dice, though. What am I going to use this dice for? I'll be the hit of the town on Monopoly night, that's for sure. Okay, guys, thank you for watching, and, yeah, I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. Bye!